Well, Matt, thanks so much for your time tonight, sir. Pleasure talking to you again.
Yeah, always good to be on.
And you guys are you got another event coming up for the Light Foundation here, the Cabin Fever Dinner Dance. What's this all about?
Well, look, we love to partner up with people that are like-minded, and we've worked with some of the people within this organization, Ducks Unlimited, the Ron Burton Training Village, and of course our foundation. And we decided to team up with Cabin Fever to host an event where, basically it's going to be a big dance. We got the Otters performing live. We've got a lot of great auction items, everything from guns, all kind of guns, to hunting trips and things of that nature. And all the proceeds will go to benefit, several great organizations, us being included on one of those. And, you got to love to be a part of things like that because those are always a great time.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so you're going to be out there. Any of your teammates going to be there?
We do, yeah. We got a lot of guys that are fired up to come out and enjoy the event. And a lot of my lineman buddies, I know Logan Mankins is fired up to come out. He's always a big supporter of these kind of events. And, as well as the rest of our linemen, Ryan Wendell and Nate Solder and all those guys. So it should be a fun evening.
Man, actually, I got to say, it really sounds like it. If I can make it up there this weekend, I'd be there. Or next weekend, excuse me, because this is May the 12th. I'm guessing that there are still some tickets available?
We do. There's about 350 tickets available for this thing. I know that we've got a lot of those sold, but we do have some remaining tickets. It's coming up on the 12th, 6 p.m. out in Hubbardston. It's really a unique location, too. I mean, I've been out to the Ron Burton Training Village, and Ron Burton being the first guy drafted by the Patriots way back in, I believe it was 1960 was the start date.
Yeah.
And he was an incredible guy, had the honor and privilege of being around him and his wife, and of course, his boys are a big part of, New England sports with the broadcasting end of it, and everything that they do on television. So I've been around that family for a number of years and always been impressed with, obviously Ron and what he did while he was playing, what he did off the field to give back, and it'll be great to be back out there and a part of it. That tradition again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again, the Light Foundation, for folks who may not have heard any of our interviews with you before, I mean, what you guys do is so instrumental, I think, in helping not just preserve but promote all of the opportunities that are out there. Explain a little bit about what your mission is with the Light Foundation.
Yeah, it's difficult to boil it all down, but I would say that, in the simplest form, it's all about spending time, quality time with kids in the outdoors, and doing that through, some really unique platforms. And we've got a cultural leadership camp that we think is, really a great teaching tool, a great way to teach kids about, respect, about being accountable, about being ethical, and eventually hopefully that leads them to become better leaders within their own community and their homes. So that's one of our programs. One of our other great programs that we just ended up last week was our Youth Wild Turkey Hunt.
Nice.
And this will be, in 2 years, we've been able to take 25 turkeys in 4 days, which, the youth hunt is always a 2-day over the weekend before the regular season begins. And, man, I'll tell you, being out in the woods chasing wild turkeys with these kids and then really using that platform again to instill some really good values, whether it's, gun safety. One of our big things this year was for the kids to write an essay on what bullying means to them and how it, takes part in their life and how they deal with it. And that's how they were chosen. So we hold them accountable to do a lot of work.
Right.
And then because of that work that they do, they get the opportunity to come out and have a great time in the outdoors. And all of our guides and all of our sponsors, they've been awesome to work with.
That's awesome. And I know that one of the next goals for you guys, you're hoping to build a shooting facility, right?
We are. That's the next exciting thing. We also just finished about 4 or 5 weeks, I guess, here of intense construction out there at our campsite. And we've been able to add a lot to it over the years, because of the great participation that we get and people like you that have helped us promote what we do. And our next phase is going to be a really state-of-the-art shooting facility with a really great 5-stand and trap range and, a fun shooting area. So, working with ProMatic and the rest of those guys out there in that industry to really design something that's top-notch that the kids can utilize. And, look, there's great things out there. As you know, there's scholarships available for kids to get full rides, to college and based on their shooting ability. And I think that's a great thing to promote.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, listen, Matt, I got to ask you while we've got you here. Obviously, I think everybody is sad to learn about Junior Seau, and I know that one of the things that has been talked about a lot is the number of concussions that Seau might have had, and this is a growing issue, it seems, within the league. Any thoughts on this?
Well, obviously you lose somebody that was such a big part of our game, and the impact that he had everywhere he played, you could see it immediately. I had the honor to play with him for 3 seasons, and I've got a lot of respect for the way he played the game, and how he approached really life in general. Always just a lot of fun to be around, and it's a very sad time right now to realize that we lost someone like that. I can't speak to really the concussion end of it. I mean, of course, that's a big part of our game, and that's something that we all need to be aware of, and that we are aware of, and that we're trying to improve. But at the end of the day, I think really, to be able to get help and to be able to reach out for help and understand that there's people there for you, I think that's kind of the lesson that we take from this. There's
Right.
It's not always what it seems on the outside, and sometimes people have a hard time letting people in. And I think we're all sitting here saying, "I wish we could have done something." Obviously, before it got to this point, and unfortunately, we didn't.
Well, listen, I mean, that's the thing is, and if anybody ever out there or anybody out there has ever felt that way, they need to know there is always going to be somebody there, and it is a tragic situation. Anyway, I appreciate, Matt, you coming on the program tonight and spending some time with us, sir, and I hope that the event goes well for you out there on May the 12th, the Ron Burton Training Village. And again, if folks go to lightfoundation.org, that's where they can get more info.
Yeah, you can go to lightfoundation.org or cabinfeverevents.com. We have information on both those sites about this event coming up on May 12th. And Cam, as always, I appreciate your help in promoting this, and obviously, the work we do with the kids. I mean, we couldn't do it without great people around us, so we appreciate it.
All right, listen, absolutely. And anything you need, anything I can do to help with that shooting facility, you let me know, okay?
I'll be calling you tomorrow.
All right, Matt. Thanks so much, man. Have a great weekend.
You too.